Welcome to the Localpreneur Show, a podcast dedicated to featuring community-based entrepreneurs, the principles they live by, and the success they're having making a difference in the world. Here's your host, Austin Kane.
All right, Skylar, thanks for joining us here on the Localpreneur Show today on this beautiful Friday. It's at least beautiful here in Dallas. I appreciate you wanting to join us and share some of the things that your business is doing in the local community and for the people that work for you guys. A little bit of backstory that I know I've probably shared with you here before, but this podcast project's really important to us here at Vital Storm. Over the last 10 plus years, we've worked with hundreds and hundreds of other home service companies, and we've seen this as a common thread that they all give back to the community. They all have a huge impact for the people that work for them. And so that's what we're really here to talk about today, about how you guys have done that and how you impact people's lives all across your community. So what we'll do today, we'll kind of jump in and see how you guys are changing the lives of people. But Skylar, anything that you want to add, or you introduce yourself and the company you work for before we jump in here today?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on this show. I think it's a great thing across the board because everyone I know who's successful does something along these lines. And the longer I've been in business, the more I realize that is such a vital part to success. Yeah. Is giving back. So I even have a post-it on my computer that reminds me every day that says the essence of living is giving. So it's just a daily reminder. Because if you're just focused on the work, it's not as fun. So little bit about us though is we are a family company where I'm the third generation. My grandpa started it, but really my dad is the one who took it almost to where it is now. And both my parents worked side by side, growing it to where it needed to be. My mom supported the entire family as well as rental properties, as my dad got to focus on the business and growing it and getting it to who we are today. And ultimately, they set the stage and the platform for our entire family and the business as this is a tool. And this tool is something that gives us the opportunity not just to donate money, but to donate time and resources and ways that it can better people around us as well as ourselves throughout the future. So when it comes to local charities, my parents had two very strong points that they always focused with us. And a lot of it was family and education. And they prioritized, even when we had very little and the company wasn't as big as it is today, they sent us all through Catholic school, which a huge foundation of it is good education. But a lot of what Catholic schools facilitate is service and serving other people. And to this day, both of the schools that were the alma maters of both of my parents, we still donate to, and we are still actively involved in some way, shape, or form. And I know that is a big key to us. We started a scholarship fund at our local high school, which I graduated from all of my sisters and my mom, which is Mount Iridium High School. And that fund is hopefully going to send somebody who's not able to go to school on their own through their high school career for free.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. And so you guys are partnering with like just the local high schools, or the high school that you went to? I missed that part.
The ones that we attended specifically, cool. And the one my dad went to is Purcell Marion, and they have recently started a program to help focusing and having conversations about the trades. And so we partnered with them, and we do an introductory plumbing class that I helped create the curriculum for. And then we also set up a little area in our office that lays out like a small bathroom group and helps facilitate information to the students that not only is plumbing a legitimate and possible career instead of college, but you can make a pretty decent living. And if anything, at the bare minimum, you'll be a homeowner. So let's talk about what's behind your walls and get you a little bit ahead of the curve before you get there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's a pretty big impact that you guys are making across, donating to the Catholic schools and then donating to these kids and pouring into these kids' lives and showing them that there is opportunity for them to work in the trades. Because I think that is a big, it's a big misconception. I think nobody wants, nobody's really like super eager to do it, but hey, we need these people. These people need to be working in the home services. And so, I think it's really cool when people are doing these classes, or I've even heard of some companies that even have like a kind of like a class they put on for people to come and take their classes and get their license and start working that way. So it's really neat that you guys are pouring into these kids at such a young age to teach them or help them get to college with those scholarships. So I can already see the impact that that's going to make in y'all's community. So as for any other charities that you guys are pouring into in the community, is that really kind of it, or is that just scratching the surface for you guys? Is there anything else that you guys are partnered with or paired with? That how did you guys get into those things?
That's definitely one of our larger elements. And again, it's just because we went to both of those schools and we have the connections just to start with. And those schools individually made such big impacts on our lives alone and where we are as human beings today.
Mm-hmm.
But we help with other charities and other places. I attend Crossroads Church. It's over in Oakley. So do my parents. We donate to them. They are involved in lots of different causes, all good causes, and they go local, they go worldwide. There's go local events where the community just rallies and donates an entire day of their time to knock out community projects around the city. And that can range from, touching up curb painting or landscaping or anything in between. We make sure that that's like a regular contribution on our plate to continue to support a charity that constantly filters and feeds this community, and not only the community worldwide. They have programs in India, and I know a lot of other countries, and I know they're starting to get into Haiti, and the more you can pour into them, I know it trickles out through.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's great. And so before we move on to focusing on maybe some of the people in your organization, anything else that you want to add there before we move on?
Not especially. Yeah,
Okay.
I think those are the things we're the most proud of.
Yeah, and all that was great stuff, and I appreciate you sharing with that. And I'm sure everybody that's watching after the fact is can hopefully pick up a thing or two from what you guys are doing. So
we actually did have, I'm sorry, one other situation I kind of forgot of. We were fortunate enough through COVID to work. We were considered essential and never had to shut down, never had to send anyone home, which was very lucky. When we knew other people weren't as lucky, and the food industry specifically was hurting at the time. So over the last year, we did have a couple opportunities to support local catering companies, and then we purchased through them and then supplied it to either our local police department or fire houses.
Oh, very nice. That's awesome. Very cool. And yeah, that was kind of, same here. We were in that same boat. We work with home service companies directly. So we were kind of fortunate enough to stay in business and help helping to serve our clients, to help serve, everybody out there that was in need. So it's kind of twofold for us, but it was great.
Really cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Skylar, you shared a lot about things that you guys pour into the community. Now let's focus on your organization and the impact it makes on the people that work there. I've talked with some people. They have programs where they help train people to become business owners, or whatever it is that they want to grow up to do in life. What do you guys do for the people in your organization? How do they grow with you? What makes people want to work for y'all's business?
Well, I think really what it boils down to is our family element, and the fact that we are actively trying to change the narrative that plumbing is not just a job, but it is a legitimate career, and it's not going anywhere. And the state of Ohio, it's a 4-year program. So it's almost like getting a college education, and it is just as respectable. So we have a lot of people who walk through this door, especially our now very seasoned technicians, that had no idea what they were getting into, what the possibilities were. And here they are years later, wildly successful and like at the top of their game. So I know my cousin was one of them, and he was in an industry that he felt like he was completely capped in, and had reached out to us saying, hey, what is the deal with plumbing? What does the school system look like? And we cover the school expenses for our technicians who go, and we just have an agreement that you work for us for a year. We have programs to help invest in tools or boots, to get you to the next level. Any kind of training program we keep in-house to make sure that they are on the top of their game. And it just opens up this world of opportunities, because really the sky's the limit. And I keep telling everyone that is, whatever you are willing to learn and to do is ultimately your only cap here. So we have other people. Our service manager came in from the culinary school, and she was just looking for regular hours, and found an absolute passion here, because we say we're not just in plumbing, we're in the business of people. And she is just a natural leader. And so she's all of a sudden realized that she stumbled into a career path, and it doesn't even have to be in the field.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
And then on top of it, I also kind of preach every year. I say, hey, we should talk about goals, because ultimately your personal goals should be focused on through this company. We're in a generation that no longer lives to work. We work to live. So if you want family time, if you want a vacation, let's help you get that. Let's help you get there. And this company is ultimately supposed to help every single person's personal goals on top of their professional ones.
That's great. Yeah, I know that's a big part. And I think that's what a lot of people look for. Like you said, I mean, people want that perfect work-life balance these days. And, it's hard to achieve, but, it's great to see that you guys are helping people get there, because, our boss in our company, he says, please take your paid time off. You come back refreshed, you come back ready to work even harder. And so it maybe is a shame that people see it the other way around sometimes, or feel like it's portrayed the other way, that you just have to be here.
We definitely try. Yeah. And it's easier said than done always. And our guys are extremely hard. All of our people are extremely hard workers. So I love being able to see them take time for themselves, because you're right. You come back way more refreshed, and you're here good to go. And I think that personal element just makes people so much more invested in where they are. I mean, we have people who originally, when we would have company parties, we couldn't pay people to come. And now they're not only showing up, but then they're going places together to continue to hang out. So just the culture has changed in such a beautiful way.
That's great. No, that's awesome to hear. And I can only imagine what it's like working for you guys, and seeing the things that you guys do internally and externally for your community as well. I'm sure it's a great organization all around, from just what I've picked up on the couple of times that we've talked. So before we wrap up today, anything else that might be lingering out there, anything you guys want to share about your business, or just anything in general that somebody might be able to pick up on if they're watching this podcast later on down the road?
I can't necessarily think of anything. Ultimately, I think our career is amazing, and I'm so blessed to be in the shoes I'm in and have the opportunities I have. So anyone else who ever has questions along those lines, it's been a really amazing just career to be in, because everyone is such an open book and so helpful. And that is a huge reason why I'm here where I am today.
Yeah, no, well, absolutely. And appreciate having you on here and representing Halpin Plumbing and everything that you guys do for the community. So I enjoyed talking with you, and I look forward to talking with you guys again. And thanks for being on the Localpreneur Show.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for listening to the Localpreneur Show. For more of our daily content, feel free to check out Josh or Austin's LinkedIn.